Today I'm going to be showing all of you guys all the domain expansions in Jujutsu Infinite as of right now. Going from Infinity to Gambler Fever to Star Rage to Curse Queen. Every single domain expansion that is in this game. Now before you even see any of these domain expansions, you might be asking, how do I even get domain expansion? You will have to get your hands on a domain shard. These shards will allow you to unlock one of the domain expansion abilities. And to get these shards, either you could get them from a chest, which is a 0.1%, or you can have a guaranteed one when you finish the Jujutsu Infinite story. It can also be found within the map, and the best way to really find it is to use the item notifier game pass, but obviously that's expensive. Or they can also be available to trade for with the curse market. When you use the domain shard, it will allow you to unlock one domain expansion of your choosing. To unlock more domain expansions, you will have to obtain more domain shards. Now let's get into the domain expansions, how it looks like and what each does. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below, or actually join my Discord server, and a lot of my staff and people around will actually be answering your questions as we all play Jujutsu Infinite. Now we're first gonna start off with one of the best domain expansions in the game, which is Sukuna's domain expansions, aka Demon Vessel. So when you build up your domain bar, usually by like punching these people. What the hell just happened? Usually by just punching these people. Okay, I need to go to the private server. You can pop this, and then you can basically use every single move. So do this. Whoever you're fighting will get destroyed. You can use any single move. Bang. Bang. Bang, bang. If you catch another user in this domain expansion, you'll basically get hit by relentless barrages that are slashes. While you're in this domain, you also gain increased damage and defense. However, keep in mind, if they are a heavily restriction user, they are unaffected by this. Now real quick, a lot of you guys probably have a hard time competing with these sweaty tryhards because they have crazy PCs and most importantly have really good internet. Well, I have a solution for y'all. Today I partnered with Gear Up to give you guys easier advantage by cutting your ping down by half. Simply open their app, choose the game you want to reduce your ping in, and boom, your ping is now pro level. I have an exclusive link for you guys all in the description below, so if you want to give this a try, feel free to check it out. This might be very helpful for you guys, especially in ranked mode, where you really need to have as much advantage as you can to win. Now for the next one, we have Yuta's domain expansion, aka Cursed Queen. See, this domain expansion is really cool because not only do you get increased overall damage and defense, but you get two moves that are very, very special. The first one is Grab Katana. Basically, it's like as if you have a deck of cards, and every time you pick a card, you get new moves. Once you use all the moves, you can grab another katana, in which, like I said, will randomize your moveset once again. Then you have the maximum technique, Jacob's Ladder. You summon a purifying beam of radiant light that obliterates everything caught within your domain expansion. So even if your opponent is really, really far away, once you use this move, he still will get attacked. Now introducing Mahito's domain expansion. This domain also grants you increased overall damage and defense. When you catch someone with this domain expansion, it allows you to attack them with Soul Touch with a highly increased range. And regular attacks also inflict Transfiguration stacks, which allow increased damage with Soul Touch. This domain also has a sure hit with one of the moves, which allows, like, even if opponent is super far away, when you use that move, he will still get hit. Now we have Hakari's domain expansion, aka Gambler Fever. This innate was a bit confusing to me at first because it has a thing called fever meter. Basically, using your domain expansion will allow you to build up your fever meter. You can build up your meter by doing or receiving damage while in your domain. Once the domain ends and your meter is full, you begin to dance. You will enter a fever state for a duration, and you will gain increased speed, overall damage, and have reduced cooldowns on your innate techniques. Your HP will also regenerate at a higher rate. While in this domain, the user's defense is lowered, which is something to look out for. But also, this domain is casted almost immediately without a cutscene, and you can actually just pop it right away if the cooldown is gone. So now we have Jogo's domain expansion, aka Volcano. When you catch another user in this domain expansion, it will cause them to be burned for the duration that it's open. When using Molten Chamber, the range of this move also greatly increases. And obviously, you also get increased damage and defense. What's really cool about this domain expansion is it's really easy to hit your maximum technique, which is the Meteor. So make sure you try to pop this domain expansion. Now we have one of the coolest domain expansions in this game. This is Gojo, aka Infinity. When you catch another user in this domain expansion, it basically keeps them stunned for the whole duration. So you could basically spam any move, any combo you have. And obviously this domain also grants you increased overall damage and defense. Now what I do is actually pop 6 eyes into this and basically chant. When you chant your 6 eyes reversal and labs blue, you will basically do a hollow nuke, which does insane damage. So at least try to combo it somehow with your domain expansion, or maybe just try to use domain expansion to lower them really fast and finish them off with a hollow nuke. Now we have Higuruma's domain expansion, which is actually really cool in itself. This domain expansion is called Judgeman. And what's really cool about this is you basically play rock, paper, scissors with your opponent. Depending on the results, you will gain buffs. So if you win, you get Executioner Sword. You tie, your opponent's technique is confiscated. And lose is just regular domain buffs, which is increased damage and defense. Executioner Sword has its own moves, which is really cool. They just do extra damage and basically just let you destroy your opponent very easily. Alright, now that we have Yuki's domain, this is Star Rage, and basically this domain expansion allows you to give the opponent or opponents the gravity status effect. When this happens, they have 10% defense debuff. It will also fill your mass meter to full throughout this whole domain. Obviously, you get overall damage and defense. I would recommend to have 3 Black Flash tokens ready so you could pop this damn move, which is the total collapse. And lastly, we have Hydrokinesis, which is the octopuses. This domain expansion basically allows you to apply the wet status effect to every opponent that's in this domain. If you use Deathsworn while in this domain, it will affect everybody with the wet status effect. While this domain is active, you also gain a boost to damage. And you also have a domain sure hit when you chant Deathsworn. But as of right now, that is all the domain expansions in Jujutsu Infinite. If you guys need any help, have any questions, feel free to join my Discord. We also do a lot of giveaways, such as I actually did a Jujutsu Infinite tester giveaway in my Discord. So hey, I might just do one again. But in general, if you guys have any questions, feel free to join there.